Shake it off. Shake it.
I am going to be having my reader husband, Ian, pick my fall TBR. I wait all year for this season. Don't take this lightly.
Oh, I won't.
I have a whole bunch of books picked out right behind him on my TBR cart. Oh, we can't block the pumpkins though.
True, you want me to get it back behind me?
Yes, please. I have this TBR cart that I have filled of books I have not read. And some of
These are all books you haven't read?
Yes. Those are all books I have not read.
Oh my.
In addition to that bookshelf right there, those are ones that I really want to read, like pretty soon. Of course, anything off of your shelf in the library.
Noted.
So yeah.
Do you have prompts? Do you have any direction you want to give me? Or am I just going nuts?
Well, yeah, you can go nuts. But I will say, I really, sorry. I just like caught him. I really want fall books.
You want
books that remind me of fall time.
Something that kind of is set in fall.
Cozy.
So how many books are you thinking?
Honestly, I'm thinking to get me through to November, maybe 10 books.
I think I can do this. I've thought long and hard about this already.
Really?
You give me like a few days to think about it. I'll take it. I want to start with your TBR cart because I didn't know you had so many books that you haven't read. That's crazy. First thing that comes immediately to my mind, and guys, no, I'm not obsessed with him. I'm not obsessed with this author, but we've had this idea in the works for so long. The first book just immediately was Fairy Tale by Stephen King. The reason I'm picking this book is because I purchased this copy or a copy like a year ago, thinking, oh, I'll read Fairy Tale for the fall. It never happened. But then one of you kindly subscribers also sent one of us this copy. So we have two now. So it only makes sense that we do a buddy read.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Wholesome little couple buddy reading Stephen King. Let's add it to the pile.
Oh, the other one that really spoke volumes to me, since it is getting into spooky season.
Yes.
I read this last year, kind of threw me through a loop, and I think you know where I'm going, don't you?
I do. I knew you would pick that one.
If I can get it out. Hidden Pictures by Jason Rakulak. This is going to remind you of Rock, Paper, Scissors meets The Housemaid.
What?
Meets Stephen King.
Add it to the pile. It's only fair that I put this on there, and I knew you would probably pick it. And at first I was gonna put it right on top of the books, but I'm like, that's too obvious. So, wow, you found it on the bottom shelf.
Yes. The third book that struck me was a book that you've been meaning to read since you became a reader.
Okay.
And do you know where I'm going with this?
I think.
Ashlynn has been meaning to read this, honestly, since she became a reader back in, what, 2022?
Yeah.
This was a recommendation from a bookstore clerk, and she's just been kind of pushing it back every fall. And so this fall, you're doing it. This fall, you're freaking getting it done.
No, thank you.
And I love you. That is The Night Circus by whatever author that is. I can't read it backwards.
Okay. Let's see if I actually get to it this fall. I hope it's engaging. That's my only concern. I don't know why. It's been my concern since the bookseller was trying to sell me on it.
Since day one, you've seemed a little like,
Yeah, I don't know why. So everyone in the comments, please convince me to read this book if you've read it, and if you like it, and if you did read it and you didn't like it, let me know too.
And then this is the heavy hitter from this cart. There's something that she's been needing to do for a long time. This is gonna be an immense project, huge project, but that is Throne of Glass by Miss Sarah J. Maas. Now, of course, you're not expected to read every book this fall, but I don't think this community is gonna let you get away with just reading one. Dare I say, second Harry Potter kind of vlog? Is that what I'm seeing? Because last year, if you guys didn't see her Harry Potter vlog, I recommend you go watch that right now. It was amazing. She could work a miracle with this series. I know she could. Also, having read it myself, it's seasonless, but at the same time, it feels very fall.
So I could do this in November.
Oh yeah, you definitely could. Trust me, with what's coming, you're gonna wanna maybe push it to November. But before we move on to the other shelf, is there anything digitally you want to read?
I actually do have something that I want to read digitally, but I realized that I have been paying for subscriptions without even knowing, and that was one of them that I had to cancel. So I started going down a rabbit hole. I started to find so many hidden subscriptions that I've had just from signing up from free trials and never canceling after. That's why I'm so excited for the sponsor of today's video, Rocket Money. Rocket Money is the personal finance app that helps you cancel subscription, lower bills,
and manage your money better.
How did you know? It safely and securely identifies recurring charges and cancels unwanted subscriptions for you. You can even cancel from within the app with just a couple of taps. And no need to worry about customer service calls. I am using Rocket Money to help me set a budget and really analyze my spending habits, especially with book shopping. You can automatically monitor your spending by category and get notifications whenever you've exceeded your limit, which I absolutely love that feature. Rocket Money has helped save its customers up to $740 a year when they use all the features with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. To save more and spend less, join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Ashlynn or click the link in the description to get started for free. You can unlock even more features with premium. It's rocketmoney.com/Ashlynn to get started for free. Thank you so much, Rocket Money, for sponsoring today's video. And what was the book that you were talking about?
The first thing that came to my mind on this shelf is a Wordsworth classic.
A what?
It's the publisher. Dostoevsky's and Mine Moby Dick and stuff like that. But they don't.
What are you doing?
No.
To me?
No, they don't make these. They don't make just these paperback.
Okay.
They also make these lovely hardcovers.
Oh.
And I'm thinking something that you need to do. This is going to be the first thing that really pushes you.
Okay.
Is the ultimate vampire story ever written? Dracula. Your first introduction to vampires is not going to be that gaudy, crappy Twilight. It's going to be the real deal. I really want to hear what you think, because I read this a long time ago, and I honestly kind of want to reread it with you, maybe. Who knows?
Oh, cute.
That way we can do it together. I do have a literary fiction that's super near and dear to my heart. Pat Conroy's The Prince of Tides.
Wow.
I can't be the only one in this household that's read this book. I just can't. I can't.
Wow.
I can't. The more communities on BookTube that I get to read this book, the better. Because this is a life-changing novel.
I think I'm sweating.
Family drama. You're sweating just because of this?
Just because I'm looking at that stack and I'm like,
Good thing you have 2
I
months.
have no video plans for those books.
You have 2 months to read all these. You're good. No, I can't do that to her. I love her too much to do that to her. There's 7 books here. I've just picked the final 3, I think.
Okay.
That'll wrap up your fall quite nicely. Before we introduce those, I want to kind of recap real quick.
Okay.
On what you've got. First one is Hidden Pictures. Thriller horror mixture. Fairy tale by Stephen King, but I think this is more magical realism fantasy than anything. The Night Circus, I think it's just straight up fantasy.
I think it has magical realism.
It's more of like a literary fiction magical realism kind of a thing.
I think.
Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Epic fantasy, some of it at its finest. Oh, this is probably gonna be the most jarring one you read. The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I have not yet read this, and I know a lot of people want us to buddy read this too, so maybe that's another buddy reading session we do. Straight up thriller. Next is probably one of the quintessential horror novels ever written, and that is Bram Stoker's Dracula. Next is probably my favorite literary fiction novel of all time, Prince of Tides by Pat Conroy. A family saga spanning 4 decades. Next 3 was kind of a hard deliberation, but I think you're going to be satisfied. So the first one is The Vanishing Stair. I think this is the second book. I looked at the publication dates.
Okay.
I think this is the second book in the Truly Devious.
I want to read that.
So,
Yay.
I thought that could be something that you just
Yes.
vibe with.
Yes.
All right, the next one. Oh my gosh. Once I saw it, I was like, well, this is perfect. This is another book that you've kind of been putting off for every fall, and that is
Oh my gosh.
Caraval.
Oh dang. I haven't
Yeah.
even finished Once Upon a Broken Heart yet.
You know what? That's okay. This is just
Wow.
like the Night Circus for you. You've just kind of been
Yes.
slowly pushing it off.
Yeah.
I think Stephanie Garber finally gets your attention. So.
Thank
Yes.
you.
It's like I know my wife's taste or something.
Yeah.
And the last one is a horror classic by none other than the king himself. I went back and forth and like, what do I give her? Because I really wanted to give you some of the beefy stuff, but it's like, no, you're not ready for that.
Yeah.
So I gave you the most infamous horror novel he's ever written.
Is it The Shining?
The Shining.
Stop.
The Shining is absolutely amazing. Read it last year. I'm going to reread it this year. Video to come. Insanely good. Haunted hotel. You can't get better than a haunted hotel.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I am so excited. I could never watch the movie, but I could read it.
So do you want to try to hold up your stack?
Yes. Oh my gosh. These are all the books that Ian picked for me. You did such a good job.
Thanks.
You did a good blend of books that you know that I've been wanting to read and books that you have been wanting to read or books that you have read.
Yeah.
And so I could not be happier with this, seriously. You did such a good job.
Thanks.
I need you to start picking my TBR more.
Yes, same.
And Ian also has a channel, as most of you know, so please go over there if you're not already subscribed. Check out his videos. He's amazing. He has the best book recommendations and also the best videos on YouTube. Go over there, follow Ian, and also please comment down below any video ideas that you have for these books because you guys are so creative.
Genius.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little stressed because I don't know how I'm going to incorporate some of these books into a video. So please let me know if you have any ideas. But you guys are excited for all the fall content. I am so excited to film all the fall content. So this is our first one. This is kicking it off. And once again, you can go to rocketmoney.com/Ashlynn, or you can click the link down in the description box below. Get started for free. Thank you so much, Rocket Money, for sponsoring today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.